July 17th is National Hot Dog Day, which means every amateur in town will be out there trying to take advantage of the one-day specials. But the pros know that Circle K has $1 hot dogs all month long. Every day is National Hot Dog Day at Circle K. Includes classic dogs only. For a limited time only at participating locations while supplies last.
After a long day of being pulled in every direction, the last thing anyone wants to think about is what's for dinner. That's where Schwann's can help, with a variety of real food choices, frozen to lock in freshness. From ready-made meals, premium meats and side dishes, to vegetables, ice cream, and more. Schwann's foods go from freezer to table in minutes, not hours, so you can pull off a delicious meal in no time at all. Ordered, delivered, done. That's homemade easy. To help simplify mealtime, visit schwanns.com.
Hello there. This is Jim the Keys bartender coming to you from Key Largo. I'm here with Jenna Kelly. Say hi.
Hello.
Jenna. I'm here with Papa Joe.
Papa Joe is picking up his microphone.
Hello. Hello. That's Papa Joe. This is episode 186, Pukers and Platelickers. And I suggest do not listen to the show if you're sitting down to a meal.
I wonder if this is like comparable to droolers and window lickers.
It could be.
Okay.
It could be. I did tell a story. I had several pukers come in. I had people come in, and
like the one lady that took the pills that made herself puke.
That's it.
Yeah.
Suzanne. She came in. She kept on ordering a drink, and she goes, "Oh, when I drink, I puke." And I go, "I'm not giving you another drink ever again." She goes, "No, I need a drink." And I said, "Why would you want a drink if you're puking?" She explained something to me, and I just said, "You're not getting a drink anymore."
It was the medication.
Then the other one was a puker. And the other puker was that lady that came in with her husband. They ordered 2 meals. And before she got the meal, she went in the bathroom and puked. He took her back to the hotel across the street, came back, ate both meals, and left without paying.
Oh, this was a long time ago.
That's the guy I went back to the hotel named Papa Joe. I went and got the front desk person. I gave her the limited information I have. I think you would have respected my investigative work because I gave him where he was from, what his name was, what he did, what he looked like, and this. And he said, "Oh, room, whatever room." I said, "Ring that up." I said, "This is Jim from the catch. You're going to have to come down. We got a bill." And the guy, "Oh my God, I forgot." I told him, I said, I had to clean up the woman's puke too. So I had to add a thing because everyone was allergic. Like our busboy was allergic to latex gloves, so he didn't want to do it. I'm saying, well, first of all, if you don't have any cuts on your hand, I know that sounds good. You can clean up as long as you don't touch your face. You can. I've done it before. I know you get blood and all that stuff. Yeah. But if you don't have any cuts and stuff like that, you don't have to worry. And it wasn't. This woman was from Minnesota, and she just drank too much. That was it. Didn't have Hep C or anything. I knew she could have, but she didn't. I knew it. So I had to clean up, get out there and do my stuff, wash my hands, blah, blah. So I dragged the guy's ass over there, got him to pay, and he was nice. And everyone from the restaurant saw me walking the guy across the street. And they go, "Oh, my God, this guy went to the fucking street." And I tell you, everyone, I've never had a problem with, except for the fucking Moby douche.
Yeah, Moby douche.
Not paying their bill. But I haven't seen him again, if I do ever find him. But this was a new low this week. It was a slow Monday afternoon, and we had some visitors in town. And this isn't as gross as the plate liquor, but, I mean, as a puker. But there was a nice couple. The gentleman orders one of an IPA, 2 of them. They have food. The lady had 2 bottles of splits of champagne. And they're having a nice meal. They have great table manners, polite conversation, well-dressed. And at the end of it, she had some food. She goes, "Can I have a plate? Can I have a box to go?" I said, "Okay." I said, "Give it to me. I'll box it up for you. I'll do it nice. I'll get the spatula, clean it up, make it neat for you." She goes, "No, I'll do it." I said, "Come on, let me do it." "No, I'll do it." So I gave her the box. I didn't want to be one of these people throw a box to someone. You know what I mean? You got to work with what you have. I'm trying to increase my return, a little tip, a little customer service there. So, and they were good tippers. Let me say that. But they're never going to, I never told them on podcast, they're never going to find the podcast. And if they find the podcast, maybe they might hear this episode and she might recognize it's her. She cleaned off her plate and put it in a to-go container. And at the end of it, she picked up her plate. And I'm going to hold it with two ends. We have oval plates.
Yes.
And she methodically went up and down the plate with her tongue. She licked the plate up and down. Very methodically.
Can I ask
very
you-
methodically. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at it without, I'm looking at it, not with your look. I'm looking at it with just like, oh, this happens all the time.
Okay, can I
This
ask
happens
you-
all the time. I'm just looking at it and go, oh, okay. So I'm just looking around, and I'm looking at the other people, and my regulars are sitting around eating, and they're enticed in conversations like, fuck, no one knows this is going on. I wanted to go, look at this. Look, this lady's licking her plate up and down the whole side. I wanted to point it out to people. I couldn't in the back of my mind, but I had to maintain a look in my face that was like, oh, well, this is perfectly normal what you're
What
doing,
was
madam.
on the plate, Jim?
It was a tuna poke tower. it was wasabi and soy and the remnants of tuna and the nachos, the wheat nachos that we had on there. And she just went up and down. I just wanted to, behold, the lady licking the plate. But no, I couldn't do that. I just went, oh, God, please, someone look at this. And they didn't. But it's on camera. We have cameras all over the place. And I said, we did. That happened. This happened. And no one saw it. No one saw it. There were 8 people at the bar. No one saw it. I looked at the lady doing it the whole time. I waited methodically, and then I grabbed it from the bottom of the plate. I looked up, like, it was very unusual the way I picked it up.
Because you're
like I would, like, as a cocktail waitress at a fancy bar with my fingertips. I picked up the bottom of the plate, and I picked it up, like, with just my 4-point fingers without the pinky, picked up the plate, and I walked over, dropped it in there, and then I studiously gave my hand a nice 45-second deep hand wash. Now, it's funny. I give my dog my plate when I'm done.
Yes.
And my dog licks the plate. It wasn't nearly as clean as this lady's plate. But then again, I don't get all freaked out when my dog licks the plate. And I'll just pick up because obviously my dog licks his ass. And then I kiss my dog on the lips. So I go, holy fuck. It's just like, where do these people come from when they go and do it? And I think there was something with Jack Sprat could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. Together they would lick the platter clean. This fucking lady. I mean, if maybe there's something about it, if she was maybe, I don't mean to get sexual, but maybe if she took care of her husband like that. I mean,
well, maybe the tell was when they got up to leave that he put the dog collar around her neck and hooked.
Oh my God, she just fucking.
And he walked around on the.
No,
leash,
but she was not. No, but she did not look like that. They looked like they were definitely post baccalaureate.
No,
they looked like they were like at least masters.
They were probably into toys and leather.
No, I know post. I mean, they had their bachelor's degrees.
Maybe,
and they were definitely. They looked very intelligent and looked like that.
They got hooks in the ceiling.
Holy
right?
shit!
Maybe he spanks her and whips her until she licks the plate clean
Lick
at
the
home.
plate. Lick the plate.
Lick the plate.
Be a good girl.
And
Good girl.
I just thought if we were a news organization like News 6 or 10, News 6, ABC, News 7, or is it News 10 ABC? South Florida thing. We have the pulse on South Florida. And I would go, News 28, Key Largo. We have the thumb up your ass of the thing because holy shit, I couldn't believe that. And I said, she's going in with the puker.
Has it ever happened to you before that someone picked up a plate and started licking it?
A little kid. I had a little kid pick it up. I mean, an 8-year-old kid go, oh, this is so good. Look at the fucking plate. Something like that.
It's their mac and cheese.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just thinking like that. But and there was the woman, the drunk woman that came over when I told that story. Oh. She went over to give me a kiss, and I pretended to be really busy. I started putting my hands in the garbage can. Oh, too busy now. I just dropped something in the garbage can. You don't want to kiss me. I said, kiss him. And it was one of our regulars. And she walked over and kissed him on the cheek. And then she took her tongue and wiped it up and down his face. A face licker. We did that face licker. We did a show, face licker.
Face licker.
That was great. I avoided that one.
Yeah.
But face licker was drunk. Face licker was drunk.
Yep.
You know, when there's people are drunk, they do all sorts of stuff. A couple weeks ago, there's a woman, I'm not going to say her name. She's sitting there. The one I told to say, hey, listen, my humanity recognizes your humanity, and all you need to, she was getting really nasty. I said, you just want to be cared for and respected. And she put up her hand like high five, and she behaved so well after that.
Yeah, but before that,
5 minutes before that, she had her titty out.
Asshole.
She had her titty out.
Trampy asshole.
Yeah, and it wasn't a bad titty either. But you know, when someone just throws that out, when you start putting it on the street, you're thinking it's trash.
Yeah, but
if someone thinks that television, if you see a big screen television, and they go, well, they're moving it on the side of the street, that fucking isn't a good television and stuff like that. So you see that titty pop out, you're going to go, oh, well, that titty's bad.
Did you lick it?
No, I didn't lick it. Okay, you know, I'm practically a married man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so.
And that's it. That was pretty much it. So but I mean, that's why I called it that. And I'm just, you know what's fun? Appropriately named. That's a taste of Key Largo. That's a taste of Key Largo. We had so much fucking rain this week.
The nipples.
We've had so much fucking rain this week. This is the one day we had just a little drizzle. And you know what's funny about here? There's nothing, compared to Key West, there's 1/5 the amount of activities to do here when it's raining. They have in Key West. You could just do it at the Vols.
Well, because we have 1/5 of the bars.
1/5 of the bars, and we don't have the Ripley's people. We don't have the butterfly thing. We don't have everything. They have the Truman House. They have the Hemingway House. They have Ripley's Believe It or Not. They have the transsexual, the La-Ti-Da, which is very entertaining. They got shows going on all day. It's great.
No, what is the name of the place that has the
strippers? They got all the stripper places too. No, Garden Eden. No, if it's raining, that's not the place to go.
Eden House is a nice hotel there.
Oh no, the Eden. The Garden Eden's a nudity.
There's an upstairs bar on Duval. Is that Garden of Eden?
Yeah, it's above the Black Bull.
Yeah, is that okay? So
no, but there's so many things to do down here. They're indoors, and it was almost like there's a void of people. Like Father's Day, we were busy at 6 to 8, and then we didn't have anybody after 8:30, and we're just hanging out. And the owner goes at 8:30, hey, should we start drinking? And I go like this, no. If we start drinking now, the owner asked me, and we're friends, and I go like this. I go, no, because you know what happens? We'll get people, and then we're going to start messing up. We'll mess up the orders, and we'll end up being here till 11:30 to get the order because difficult people show up when there's not when it's not that busy.
Fails.
As always, they show up. But you know what? No one ever showed up, so no one started. It was 9:15. I said, now's the time to start drinking,
right?
Because we need people because it's really bad, and no one fucking came in.
Oh, my
we didn't get any more people. We didn't get any more people.
So what time do you close?
We close we close at 10 o'clock, whether there's people or not. The kitchen. We close the kitchen at 10 o'clock because if someone comes in at 5 of, and then someone came in last night at 5 of. Or 10 of, and hey, that's what we do. And if you're ready for it, I know people there was a thing on one of my favorite Facebook groups where people say, oh, you hate people when they come in at 5 of. Well, some people don't know. They come from places, if you come from places like Miami or stuff like that, their places are open to 12 o'clock at night and stuff like that. They don't realize places close down. They don't know your closing time. Now, regulars that come in regularly at 5 of 10 to eat.
Are assholes.
I'm not suggesting
they're assholes.
You can say it because you're not in the business.
Right.
And Papa Joe can say it. And Damon can say it. I don't say it because they come in there hungry. I think they realize, they look at their watch and go, oh, fuck, I've been drinking at the crib all night. I better get out and get something to eat. But that's pretty much all my event right there. That was the Puker and Playbook. And the other thing I wanted to mention before we get into anything open was the greatest commercial I've seen for just local commercial. A guy who has a roofing company. It's in it's in Miami, and he goes, "Hi." He's like Mookie. He's like from North Jersey. He sounds like, "Hey, I'm Paul Richter. I want to Paul Richter Roofing." I don't know if his last name's Richter, but just say, "I want to do your roof." I'm like thinking, "Oh wow, that." Sometimes I go like, "You're not the guy I want in that commercial," but for a roofer. He had the right tone for a roofer. He sounded exactly like a roofer would be. A Mookie roofer? Yeah, sure. He probably sounds really good. "Hi, I'm Paul Richter. I'm your plumber. I want to go and clean your pipe." No problem. You know what I'm saying? "I'm Paul Richter. I want to be your bartender. I want to bartend." Paul Richter would be great for that. But think about any other time, any other commercial. "Hi, I'm Paul Richter. I'm a tax accountant. Let me do your taxes." You're not going to let fucking tax return. How about this one? "Paul Richter. I'm a laser optic surgeon. I want to fix your cataracts. Let me fix your cataracts." You're not going to fucking do it. I mean, some people do their commercials. It used to be Empire carpets.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
That's right.
The guy, the creepy guy with the glasses?
Yep.
For the Empire carpets, the best for you. And he comes in and go like this and go like this. And if you let him into your house, your children were going to be molested within 5 minutes. Go, "Let me touch your children all over the place." I think it's amazing that there's some people would do these commercials. But this guy was the best one. These auto dealers, I'm thinking, you look at them, guy, man, they look swarmy. Yeah, swarmy. No. You don't want a swarmy guy being the guy with a lot of gold chains and rings going, "Hey, I want to sell you a car. I'm going to sell you a car. I'm going to sell these great cars. I got a Cadillac right over here. It only has 25,000 miles.
Swarmy is an East Coast term, though, like the Southern.
Swarmy,
yeah. Florida is not going to know what swarmy means.
But Miami.
They don't know what swarmy means.
Yes, they do. Miami's like New York. Miami's New York. Miami is New York.
In Spanish.
Orlando, well, the Cuban and mix of people from New York make it like New York. When you go north of Miami, then you get southern.
Oh.
Come on, agree with this. North of Palm Beach. You have to agree. Isn't it like a New York kind of mentality down here?
Including parts of like West.
There we go, Papa Joe
County. West Palm. Yeah, Florida interior. But you get north of mostly.
Yeah, it's southern. It's like Alabama.
Palm Beach, and you're deep in the south.
Yeah.
That's just the way Florida is. When you're on the coast, you're good. You're just really good. Everyone is just influenced by that New York, Chicago,
Philly,
L.A., but you get into the interior of the state, and suddenly
you're in Alabama.
Banjo music starts.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding. I experienced it for myself.
You can't get the entry from here. Boy, you got a pretty mouth.
Boy, you got a party mouth. I went to Crystal River, Florida, which is beautiful.
You don't have to ask for sweet tea,
by the way.
In those restaurants.
Well, down here, that is the weird thing, the sweet tea. And we did have this discussion. People go, "I want tea," and I gave them tea. And they go, "I meant sweet tea." And I said, "Well, tea isn't naturally sweet.
No.
It comes from tea leaves." And they go, you are familiar. And I go like this guy. I know I go like this to the guys. And this really gets them sometimes. "You are familiar with tea bags, aren't you?" And they take it two different ways. And when they don't take it, they go, "Oh, you never had that before? Never had tea bags?"
You've never been
they go
tea
like
bags?
tea bags. What tea bag?
You've never been
tea bags? Because they're used to
before?
Lipton instant tea. And they don't even know the phrase tea bagging. They don't even know the thing. Or Roman helmet. Or what's the other one? Okay, but that's neither here nor there. So we have Papa Joe here. So, and Jenna, I have more stuff, but I don't want to.
You don't want to dive into more stuff? We're not even at 30 minutes?
No, we're at 18 minutes.
We're at 18 minutes.
Oh,
Did I
dive
eat up
in.
that time?
Oh.
I ate up that fucking time already.
So, okay, let's move on.
You want to hear about the fucking 2 sets of stoners we had come in?
Yes, I do.
Please.
I would love to hear about the stoners because
Okay.
I would like a Caesar salad.
They
sir.
were older. That was the fucking story. I wrote the whole phrase down. So it's Father's Day night. It's 7 o'clock. I had the full bar. And it's a lovely thing when you got it. The kegs are kicking like crazy. My big kegs. And I'm changing kegs. I don't have... Yeah, no, they're not smoking pot at the bar. They came in.
just doing sound
and these
effects
are
for you.
older stoners. These are guys that could have been at Woodstock and might have been
These are old locals, Papa.
old locals. And they're not friends. But they're not enemies either. So they come in and they accidentally sit next to each other. It's not the ideal situation. I would never put these people next to each other at the bar. So one of them, I go up to, and I'm in the middle. I am slammed at the time. And I go up to this woman, and she is high as a kite. And she goes, I want to have 2 small house salads on 1 plate. So why not have the big catch salad? Because it's the same thing as 2 small house salads, but you get more. And she goes, no. I want tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, tomatoes. And I said, yeah,
And bacon bits.
No, I didn't say that part.
Oh, that's right.
I said, you get that, plus you get, well, it's the same thing. You get bacon, and I'm doing this whole thing in real time.
Right.
It took 6 minutes for this whole process, but I'm going to make it shorter. Well, it's that same thing, but it also has bacon and hard-boiled egg in it, and it's on mixed greens. And no, I just want that. Give me the 2 salads on 1 plate, okay? Sure, we'll do that. But add the egg and bacon, she says. Okay, so I go back into it.
Better,
So I go
Papa.
like this. I go, okay, come. Sure, but that's $2 more than what the way I ordered it. If you just ordered the regular way, you'd be $2 less. She goes, I know. Then this other stoner, an older guy that's well known down here,
Yes.
leans over and goes, she wants the large Caesar. And I go, do you want a large Caesar? Do you want romaine lettuce, Parmesan cheese, Caesar dressing? She goes, no, mixed greens, tomato, onion, cucumber, bacon, egg, and blue cheese. Okay. So you mean a big catch salad, right? Right. And she goes, Jimmy, go.
No.
I said the guy's name again.
Yeah, no, shh.
I said it. I should have said
Stop
it.
it.
He goes over. He goes, she wants a large Caesar. And she goes, you know what? He says the large Caesar probably be a better choice. I said, but it's not with any of the things you want. It's romaine lettuce, Parmesan cheese, and Caesar dressing. No, I want
The dressing
the spring mix and the cucumber and the tomato and stuff like that. So I go, okay, I'll write this up. So the other guy says, she wants a Caesar. I said, you shut the fuck up. And he took it. He took it like that. And she goes, yeah. And then she goes, yeah, the big catch salad. The big, okay. Right then.
Yeah.
I sat there looking at him, stuff like that. But it took 6 minutes.
It
took 6 minutes and went back and forth. I went through 3 different order forms. Kept on writing it down. Because she kept on correcting me. She goes, you're writing down the big catch salad. I said, yeah, that's because that's what you're ordering. And then I said, okay, I'm just going to write 2. I wrote 2 small house salads, blah, blah, blah.
And then Caesar dressing on the side.
Then I had to go back to the thing and write down the real order. Because she couldn't fucking understand that, but she could read upside down.
So it was like stoner versus stoner in the corner.
And I told
one of them was giving them stoner advice to the other one.
That was Sunday night?
Yeah.
On Monday, he came in.
Oh, whatever. After I was there for lunch?
Oh, they came in for dinner.
Yeah.
The lady with the salad came in for dinner. And I told the people, and I said, the people I worked with, I said, the other people are going to come in because they come in every night. They've been coming in for the last 2 weeks. They've been coming in every night I worked. And they came in, and they started walking over. I said, you have to sit over there. I said, you got to sit at least 4 seats away from them. So we get along with them. I said, no, you're not allowed to talk to them. Not allowed to fucking talk to them. You lost all your privileges. Fuck you. You sit down. You can't talk.
Now
until after you order your food. And they were both super pleasant. The other couple with the guy who's telling him to Caesar, he always yells at his girlfriend. He always yells at her.
Yeah.
He screams. And he's got some weird religious beliefs. He got some very weird religious beliefs. He has a religious belief that's primarily from a Caribbean nation that is Jamaican. And do you know that religion?
So he believes in Jah.
Yes. But he doesn't like African Americans.
Seriously?
Which is weird because it's based, their Lord and Savior is Haile Selassie, the Emperor of Ethiopia, who is an African. And how the fuck he follows that to a T. He talks about it with all the shit. He always said, well, the way he talks, and I'm not going to talk about it, stuff like that. He doesn't listen to the show. He has some fucked up beliefs, and sometimes he comes off as a Republican, and other time he comes off like, if a Nazi became a Rastafarian, that would be this guy.
I did see your old fart guy with the
oh, that guy?
Yeah.
The van guy? He'll never listen to this. He comes walking in and stuff like that. He has no idea what's going on.
He had the Trump hat on.
Oh, that's the other guy.
Yeah.
He comes in, and everyone started going, oh, I like your hat. And we're like, okay, you're a racist, you're an ignoramus. You're
MAGA
like
hat.
The
MAGA hat guy.
And everyone's laughing. And then these people that really like me, who are fans of what's his name, started saying it, and I just kept my mouth shut. And I said, you know what? I'm just thankful I live in a country where we can all have different beliefs. And they shut them down. Unless you don't think that's all right.
Was the Nazifarian there?
The Nazifarian, that's it. Nazifarian.
Good one, Papa.
The Nazifarian wasn't there. But you know what? He would get in just an argument with them as he would with anybody. He doesn't like anybody. I don't know if there's such a thing. He doesn't like white people. He doesn't like black people.
Well, what is he?
He's a white person.
He's just
but he's a white guy that doesn't like white guys?
He's a cranky contrarian.
Well, now we have a definition for it.
He is self-hating racist. He hates white people and black people equally.
He can't be too normal because he believes in some crazy religion stuff. I think
he's not normal. I don't say he's normal. That's not the thing.
And he's a stoner.
And he's a stoner, big-time stoner.
That's a plus. I'll give him 1 point.
I don't get it. And I'm not saying only in the Keys. I'm sure there's places in California like that. I'm sure you're going to find someone like that. He's as if Lebowski, Jeffrey Lebowski, was that what his first name, Jeffrey? Lebowski was a racist, but also, he's like Jeffrey Lebowski.
A strange dude.
Very strange dude. Oh, I would love it. Jeffrey Lebowski, man, if a guy came like that, if he came in a bar, fucking he ordered it, and I hate making fucking white Russians. A guy like that, fucking welcome in my bar.
Why do you hate making white Russians?
Oh, it messes up your fucking jigger and all that stuff. It's just a really messy drinkage. It shits up your water. When you make your sink water up with your soap and stuff like that, anytime you put milk in there and stuff like that, it just makes it messy. I like having my glasses pristine. I like spotless glasses. I do like it. And milk just is the worst thing in the world. Milk is horrendous. It adheres to it. Anything milk or chocolate. Salt, not so much. Salt's not a big deal because it actually makes the water softer, actually. So it actually cleans glasses a little better. But, no, I'll change my water out. When I'm working a double, like 8 times a day, 10 times a day, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I change my water like 8 times a day. When it's really thin, maybe 12. And just because I hand wash my glasses.
Yeah, I can see like you throw something with milk in there and that just cruds up everything.
If you got someone drinking a white Russian in a bar, when I'm working, if they're there for 2 hours, I'll change my water out 5 times. Five times.
What's in a White Russian?
You want to take this one?
No, it's a.
Well, think of it. Break it down. What do you think the primary liquor in the Russian?
Whoa.
What do you think of it?
Vodka.
No, I would think Bailey's.
Bailey's an Irish liqueur. Why would you say Bailey's for a White Russian?
Don't be pissing on the Irish.
I don't know.
For Christ's sake, woman.
No, Russian. Vodka's Russian.
Okay? Oh, all
okay,
right.
and there's Black Russian. What would make it black?
Dark rum.
Okay, never bar. Well,
I'm not a bartender.
I really, you know what? You're not a pretender. I'm a CFO. Okay, Kahlua.
Kahlua.
Vodka and Kahlua is a Black Russian.
What's in a White Russian?
What makes it white? What do you think makes it white? What is a mixer that you use that would be white? A mixer that you drink in your cereal?
Milk.
Yes, that's a White Russian. Vodka, Kahlua, and that's it.
Oh.
You learned something today, didn't you?
I did. I won't remember it tomorrow.
Oh, it's not. I wouldn't say actually. It's a damn fine drink for the people that like it. It settles their stomach. They can drink vodka and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it would probably go down pretty smooth.
Yeah, you're thinking of something like a P-52 or something like that.
I don't know what that means, but I do know that when Papa drinks wild turkey, he gets naked and rides
Papa,
horses.
do you still drink?
Not really.
Rarely.
Yeah.
So you have that self-control that you drink, like, what do you mean, like once a year?
No.
No, probably once a month I'll make myself a drink. If I have more than
He likes that stuff that's
one
on the top
or
up there.
2 drinks.
The Campari. Campari.
Well, being an Italian, if you don't drink Campari, then you're just not Italian. Plain and simple. If you're an Italian and I say to you,
I would not guess you as Italian without knowing your last name.
What?
Do you drink Campari? And they go, I don't like Campari. Then I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah?
You don't know Papa's last name?
No.
Oh.
Mosca.
Mosca? M-O-S-C-A?
Correct.
Okay.
Which means fly.
He's a wasasa.
And in America, that's like meaning really super. You know what I mean? In urban lingo, fly means like you're awesome. You're fucking awesome.
It has.
He is fucking awesome.
You know what I mean?
3 meanings in Italian.
What?
One is the capital of Russia. It's
Moscow.
Moscow. They spelled Mosca.
Yeah.
It also means fly, and it also means be on guard.
Be on guard. You mean protect yourself?
Be quick. To be quick.
Oh.
To be like a fly.
On guard.
Yeah, just like what they use in fencing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and South Americans, like in Venezuela and Argentina, it also has
a lot of
that same meaning.
A lot of Italians.
Well, because a lot of Italians immigrated there.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, the name comes from the northern part of Italy and the southern part of Italy. I can't figure out which one we're at.
His name is Papa Fly.
You know what? That's I was especially since college. I was always fascinated for some reason. I've no bit of Italian in me, but I've been in a couple of Italians. You know what I mean? But I've always been fascinated by Italy. I thought it was the deep cultural roots of Western civilization.
You should go.
Yeah, I always think of Florence, Rome, Venice,
I know.
Genoa. I know Genoa. Everyone leaves out Genoa. It was a trading capital in Europe. Venice. Venice became famous because people were fleeing the barbarian hordes, and they went into the lagoons and they built up the thing, which was a brilliant thing. And then he said, "Well, we're going to trade," and they ended up becoming super powerful over that stuff. It's Venetian.
Well, they were all
states.
They were city states.
Yep.
Before Italy was unified
by Garibaldi in 1876, if I'm not correct.
That was when it was a nation. It was
when it became a federation.
Yes.
Garibaldi. That's. But I do eventually, because in less than 2 weeks.
Yes. Then
13 days, I'm going to be in Poland. This show will probably be playing while I'm in Poland.
Yeah.
And I think we might be doing, maybe we have to talk about doing a live show from there.
We'll see if we can
do there. But, next time we go to, if we can really do it, I'd like to do a show from there and talk about some of the things. Do Keys Bartender Abroad.
Yeah,
and see how it works from the wedding.
Talk about the sausages.
Okay, I'm not even going to play on that one. Papa Joe, I'll leave it to you.
What kind of sausages?
Yeah.
The Polish sausages.
Polish, big, meaty Polish sausages.
How about the big American sausage is going to be over
casing?
there?
Yeah, well, of course. Guts.
Well, you got to protect yourself.
You do. Yeah.
Yes. Naturally or latex? Lambskin.
Oh, yes. Me.
But
yes.
Papa spent his summers in Italy when he was a kid.
Yeah, many summers.
In Italy?
He speaks.
Which part of Italy?
Oh, well.
The Piedmont?
Milan, which is in the north.
Okay.
The Alps, the north. And then south. My family is from a little teeny town that goes back to the Romans.
Yeah.
And it's near the big city of Bari, which is a port town. Bari is where you'd go to take the
Is Bari B-A-R-R-E or B-A-R-I?
No.
B-A-R-I.
Okay. I knew it was one of those. I remember seeing it on one of my maps.
You take the ferry over to Greece. You're going to leave from Bari. It's a huge port. But my family comes from Corato, which is...
Is that where Spartacus waited for reinforcements?
I have no idea. In Bari?
Well, yeah, I always thought because they went... I remember Spartacus, he was roaming around there.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
I was just...
He was going to Spartacus with leading all the Roman slaves.
Oh, when he finally got wiped out?
Yeah.
I believe that was... it was in the south.
Yeah.
It was in the south before he got...
Remember the scene?
No, that lad. No, I know the movie.
The movie was like this, and they go, "We're going to kill unless you give us if you give us Spartacus, we'll spare your women and children and stuff like that." And then all of a sudden, it was the tear-jerking thing. And listeners, you get the Spartacus was a great example of the big thematic grand movies of the 50s and 60s, the end of the Cecil B. DeMille movies where you had Lawrence of Arabia and stuff like that, and some Spartacus. So right at the end of the movie, spoiler alert, they lose. The Roman legions are surrounding them. They're going to kill all of them, but they say, you give us Spartacus, you're going to get, we're going to give you some, we're going to show you some grace. And all of a sudden, all these guys started standing up and saying, I'm Spartacus, I'm Spartacus. I mean, if there's a tear, you're talking camaraderie, where guys are just deciding and say, you know what, we're not going to give them up. They just want him to give them up. And Tony Curtis stood up first. And then someone else, and he kept on saying, I'm Spartacus, I'm Spartacus. And that was, we always said, like when you're defending your friends, that's the thing you say.
That's the term. Well, that's
right.
From the movie.
Yeah, when you say,
I am Spartacus.
I am Spartacus. If you had to protect somebody, and they should, and it was probably right. No, it was probably a couple of years after, because they wouldn't have been able to do it with the McCarthy hearings, because they were giving up people right and left during the McCarthy hearings. The fucking fake bastards.
See, what I thought was really cool.
Where Reagan, the Democrat, flipped over then.
But like,
and started turning
Italy
all his
has
friends.
the same kind of dialect differences, just like you do with like Spain,
Yeah.
or any of the other Latin countries, or the U.S. for that matter.
Yeah.
So, because Papa was telling me about this one other time, that like you can tell by their accent or by the words that they use or the slang that they use, if they're from northern Italy or southern Italy, or if they're from Greece.
Oh,
or
I
whatever.
hear like
it's
Sicilian
really,
is so different from the north. It's in the 1800s. It's almost indiscernible.
Well, you can almost tell at one point. Maybe not so much now, because there's
because
so
of
much
national
movement.
Yeah, and you have a national
North to
television
south
on.
and central.
Yeah.
But if you just knew someone's last name, you could pretty much tell where
they were from. Right.
Really?
So they would say,
Remember, they
like,
were all city-states, and you stayed within your region. You
Yes.
had no reason to leave because you simply did what your father did, what your grandfather did. So, they were just very rural,
but
agricultural communities.
wasn't the thing in
Artisans.
That's a lot like
But
down here, isn't it?
Germany, though, it's very different.
It's just
like
not Italy. That's just the human.
No, but we're parochial in the Keys.
parochial is religion based.
No. You call them parochial school. Parochial means you're centered around an area. It's not the religious aspect of it. Parochial means like you're centered around municipality. We got Key Largo. We have Islamorada. We have Lower Matacumbe. We have Marathon. We have the cities in between. I mean, you have smaller ones too, and they had that in Italy too. You had Mantua. You had Pisa. There's
But
got to be
wasn't it so
hundreds of them.
different?
Hundreds of them.
From their backgrounds versus your occupation.
Well, that's
Like-
guild. That's the guild system.
But
That was called the guild system.
in Germany, your last name was Schuler, therefore you were the shoemaker.
That's the
or
guild
you were
system.
a
The guild system.
schreiber, you were a writer.
No. But if you were a mason, bricklayer, you're a mason everywhere. You're a mason in Italy and Germany and stuff like that. But the parochial aspect is whether you're from Hamburg, Dresden, Stuttgart,
Well,
or whatever,
of course,
stuff like
right,
that.
yeah.
That's
Or
parochial.
Dusseldorf, but
The guild system was a trade designation. This is where my geeky history background comes from.
Okay.
And stuff like that. Whether you're in your mercantile, in cloth, fishmonger, whatever they are, that's a guild.
But in Papa's background, like Mosca, which means fly in some of the areas.
It doesn't. I don't think that means the
but-
job you had.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like in Italy, it wasn't about your job. It was about more of the area that you lived in.
I think they're all. I mean,
Whereas
I think they're all.
when you went to Germany, it was mostly about your father's fathers and grandfathers and great grandfathers' jobs. Like
Germany
what
was
were you-
so
what did you
fucked
do?
up. Germany was fucked up because that's where the Reformation started. In Italy, they had a minor Reformation process, but Italy, because Vatican was in the center of Italy, and this is where my geekiness comes in. I apologize for making this for that part of it. Italy remained Roman Catholic. There was a Huguenot movement in France. There was a limited one. They did have a thing against the Jewish people in Spain, but Germany, they had Germany and the Low Countries and the Scandinavian countries. Protestantism was took hold, and that was the designation. And the guild system tried to supersede that. Where if you were like, people said, I don't care if you, they like if you had higher learning, you said, well, I don't really care if you believe to follow the Pope or Martin Luther or John, the Presbyterianism or Baptist or whatever stuff like that. They didn't care. They went for the guild system and said, you're a Mason, you're a Mason. That's where Masonic and all those organizations came in.
Right,
They
right.
superseded those. They said, we don't care if you're Catholic or Protestant or Jewish. This is a guild system. And there's all these overlapping systems, and then you have regionalism, city states. But once you got inside Germany was split up. That's the reason why so many Germans came into the United States, because of religious wars. Because a lot of those states remained loyal to the Catholic, and some of them went with the Protestants.
So what about the Scandinavians? Because here you have many.
They went with the Calvin. They went Calvinist. They were
that was
Calvinists.
their father's name, right? So it was like, oh, I am William, the son of John, so therefore your name
also
is William Johnson.
They did that in Scotland too, right? McWilliams,
Right. So it was like their father's name
McMichael,
was their
Fitzpatrick.
yes.
Fitzpatrick.
But isn't that really similar?
No, that was more
called?
tribal. That was tribal.
That was tribal?
That was tribal.
So
It's weird. You have
'Cause, like, up
tribalism.
north, like, if you were
have
to go
religions,
into northern-
you had so many things, and you had the same thing going through Asia, Africa, and stuff like that. The problem with in Europe was that you had just so many different ideas going through in the Middle Ages, especially after Gutenberg Bible was printed. Fuck, man. There was like a million different ideas, and people started following them. And it was all people trying to grasp at their little brass ring to try to figure out how they can get, because otherwise in Roman times you had when Rome was in power, you had the triumvirate, you had the senators, they controlled everything. But when people decided, whenever opportunity to get a little more power, to break away from the main power structure, and that's what they did with Protestantism. Protestantism was a breaking away from the power structure of Vatican deciding, and this is the guy raised as Roman Catholic, to say, well, we don't need a guy down in Rome telling us what to do up here, so we'll go and decide to do that. And Henry VIII did that. When he did his Reformation.
Henry VIII, I am.
So
I got married.
And then we do this, and everyone
got married 7 times before.
Anytime a central government, every time a central government gets a little too powerful, and it happens in the Keys. It happens in the Keys here. If you're going, I'm going to bring it back to the Keys. When they feel like in Key Largo, we get overdevelopment, right? I mean, can we agree on that? Are we overdeveloping? Yes. All the permits up here, every block. Right?
Yeah, that's why they closed it.
Why they closed it years ago, but now they're doing all the development at one time.
Well, because Rogo's closed, so you can only get a permit if you already have a property that's in Rogo.
This is Damon.
Yes, that was Damon.
That was Damon. What happened? We don't have direct representation here. We have a regional representation, don't we? We have, the county commissioners. The county commissioners are elected by the general population, not by zones. So we don't have a direct say. So wherever the population pool is, and there's arguments with electoral college and all that stuff, the greatest pool of population is in the South, in Key West, where over 50% of the population from Deer Key on down, they have most of the population.
Oh, yeah.
And we're rest. So they dictate what happens in the rest of the Keys.
But they don't live on the water.
No, but Key West is your major tourist draw. It's where most of the money is concentrated.
I know, but it's
and
funny.
They have the bigger voice as a result. It's just, on a smaller scale, the larger scale is no different than the United States.
In modern times, what would your last name be if you lived in Key West? Just if they were inventing this right now, like your name is Jim Horan, but what do you think your last name would be if it was just invented right now and you lived in Key West?
Peters.
Peters?
Yeah, double meaning.
Oh, I'll be young.
One, the rock. Peter for the rock. Petra. And then the other Peter is for your Peter.
Whatever
That's funny.
the English, the Irish word for big tree would be.
What would your Key West name be if you just
It would sound like maybe Big Dick.
Like people say about like what your porn name is supposed to be the street that you grew up on and your first pet's name, right? So my first pet was Buffy. She was a cat. She was evil. And I grew up on Washburn Avenue in Minneapolis. So I would be Buffy Washburn. So what would your porn name be?
Well, my street was a number, so that would be...
You have to pick the nearest street that has a name, Papa.
We had none.
None?
Okay, well...
The nearest street that had a name.
It would be Missy Tamiami.
There you go, Missy Tamiami. And your porn name would be, Jim?
Dusty Strongarm.
Dusty Strongarm.
That's awesome.
Oh, right. That's awesome.
I just totally fucking made that up.
That's your porn name. You really...
Dusty was my first dog.
Dusty was your first dog, and then you grew up on Strongarm Avenue?
No, but it sounds better.
What street did you grow up on?
My father was in the military, so I grew up on 18 different streets.
Okay, the first one that you can remember.
Long Penis Drive.
Dusty Long Penis. I guess that's his name.
That's the one.
We should add the drive to it.
Just kidding.
But if your name was, like, if you Key Wested yourself now, and you decided to, like, go to the Conch Republic, so my name would be Jenna what? My last name is Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would my last
I can't
name
figure
be
this
if
out.
I went to Key West? What would my last name be in Key West?
We're at a loss right now.
I really want to know. Come on, you guys.
Wait, what's the street you grew up on?
I already told. That's my porn name. That's not my Key West name.
Oh, Key West name.
My Key West name.
Treasure
Hunter. Something weird.
Thalis,
look at this.
Thalis Longbottom.
What's that?
Thalis Longbottom.
Longbottom. So Jenna Longbottom.
Jenna Longbottom. No?
Papa, what would your name be? Would you be like Joseph Duvall?
No.
No? Because of Duval Street, by the way.
I don't know what my Key West name would be. Flagellus gigantus. I don't know.
That's a tough name to really come up with. Your name. I mean, because everyone comes up with. They spend longer time. It's like 25 seconds coming up with a name. You see
you see the quizzes on Bookface all the time. Sorry, Facebook, but yeah.
Okay, I'd be Maximus.
You would be Maximus because you're very tall.
I'm not that tall.
You're very tall.
I'm not that tall.
I'm 4'11". You're very tall.
I am very tall compared to you. Oh, man.
I am Spartacus.
I'd be Maximus something. Maximus something.
Maximus
something. Hey, tell us about that guy. What guy? Maximus
something.
Maximus Harbor. Because there's the Key West Harbor. You could be Maximus Harbor. Big opening.
Stony Reef. Yo, dude.
No, you know
where's
what?
my Caesar salad?
Papa, I think your name would be Joseph Tortuga. Like you're the turtle.
That sounds a lot like Tony Montana.
Drug dealer.
That sounds like Tony Montana.
It does.
Yeah, but no, but it wouldn't be Hispanic. It would be Italian. Hey, what's your name? Hey, Joe Tortuga. Joe Tortuga. Nice to meet you.
But
Joe Tortigliano. Tortigliano.
How do you say? How do you actually say turtle in Spanish?
Turtle?
Yeah.
I don't know. What the hell's
Tortigliano?
In Spanish.
What, is it Tortuga?
In Spanish.
Tortigliano?
I think it'd sound like Tortigliano.
Joe Tortigliano. Hey.
Joey Tortigliano.
No.
Joey Tortigliano.
Joey, quotations, bag of donuts.
Tortigliano. The son of...
I want to put on your roof.
The son of Giovanni, the screw top Tortigliano. Hey, listen, this is the end of the show. We have 52 minutes.
Tortigliano, and I want to put the roof on your house.
Hey,
I'm Paul Richter. I want to invent your name for moving down to Key West. And just call me up. Hey, we could do body paint. We could stick something up your ass if you want. Even if you don't want it up your ass. We'll do it for you.
Don't worry about it. It's not that expensive. We get it up the clearance table.
We'll do it for you for no extra charge. You like it? Or you don't like it, we're going to do it.
Hey,
there's nothing we can do for you. Forget about it. Hey, you think I'm funny? What makes me look funny? Okay. Leave us a review on iTunes,
you can
Spotify.
In English, Spanish, French, Italian, whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do. Hey, we want to thank everyone for listening. Thank you. That was good. That's it.
Makes me think of a ticklish little turtle.
Capital One presents a 30-second audio tour of Ireland. Sheep, fairies, golf, charming castle, charming castle, charming castle, charming castle, charming castle.
Whoa. You know you can actually go there when you use the Capital One Venture Card. You earn unlimited double miles on every dollar you spend on every purchase, which means you'll have plenty of miles to actually travel to Ireland. The Capital One Venture Card. What's in your wallet?
Capital One Bank USA N.A.
Get enhanced security for your Wi-Fi network with Xfinity XFi. If it's connected, it's protected. That's simple, easy, awesome. Switch to Xfinity today for fast speeds and the best in-home Wi-Fi experience. Get great coverage throughout your home. Plus, ask how to get enhanced network security, safer browsing, and more with XFi Advantage. Go to Xfinity.com.